So Liam, I was hoping maybe we could do a little walk around the yard. I've been thinking about some ideas.
Okay. Do I have any input in these ideas?
That's exactly why, because you usually do have some ideas that come to light. So how about we
just ideas, good ideas?
Well, you have all kinds of ideas. Some of them are expensive ideas.
They're all expensive ideas. All right, I'm ready.
Well, I think for right now, this area here, this hedge, I'm not going to do anything with the hedge or with the rhododendron. I think we're just going to let that do its thing.
Okay.
Same thing over here. I'm not going to worry about this front too much.
Okay.
So that's the plan. I probably will take out that crocosmia just because it blocks the view of the road, makes it hard to get out. And then this area here. So when we look at, we're going to call this the hillside.
Yeah, the crappy hillside. This drives me nuts. This hillside drives me nuts.
Well, there's a couple things. So we have this heather that's doing really well, and I think that is nice to see. So I'm happy about that. Our roses, which I thought were pretty much goners, those have come back. You see there's a lot of dead stems on them and stuff like that, but this winter was just rough on all of our roses. Yeah, I suppose,
because we just get these clumps of roses, and I want them to ramble all over the hillside.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to do that in this spot. We've had them in there for at least, 7, 8 years?
Yeah, I don't think
and they haven't gotten very big. So I think I'm going to dig them up, but I need to find a place for them. And I don't know if I find a temporary space, or do I don't know. I've got to figure that out, but I think this is an area I can work on right now. What I want to do is this fall, I'll probably take out the crocosmia that's up there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start adding some roses and bring those, the wild roses.
Yeah,
the roses.
The wild roses are great. You don't have to do anything with them, and they look great.
Yeah.
They smell good, and they take over. So I say fill this whole area with wild roses.
Well, and that's the plan. And you'll look, before we went on our boat trip, I did tuck in some cuttings, and I just stuck them in the ground, but then we left and it was super hot that week.
Oh, they're starting to come up though.
A couple of them.
Some are dead.
Actually, yeah, 2 of them ended up taking. So I was super excited to see that because I was not expecting those to fill in. But all of these were started from cuttings.
Did you just sip it off and you stick it in, or do you have to put it in rooting compound?
No, I didn't use any rooting compound. I just cut off the stem, and then I make sure that there's not a lot of leaves on it because I don't want to have to support that, and they tend to take. So we can kind of keep that going. I've done it in several spots. Other thing I did is, I cut back all the ivy that's back there. I don't know if it's going to take up here, but I just threw it up there. Yeah. If it roots, that's great. If it dies, it just becomes compost. And you'll notice, like here, we do have that cotoneaster. That's the ground cover.
Yeah, which I'm not crazy about, to be honest with you.
Well, it's nothing special.
But I mean, it just.
But look, now that I look at it, it is suppressing the grass a little bit wherever it's growing. So it is good for that. We'll see.
Can you plant something on it so it suppresses the grass, and then something really much prettier will grow?
I don't know about that. Well, remember, once we put in these roses, then those are going to pretty much hide, and only what you'll see is what's kind of on the upper level. So once we get those roses planted, we can start treating that top tier a little bit different. Remember, this soil is really rocky. It was all kind of scraped away, so there's no topsoil.
It's all clay.
So we do probably, if we are going to do anything other than those roses, we probably have to bring in some soil. Unfortunately, it's such a slope that we have to make sure that we have something to break. So I think my goal right now is to extend the rose bed.
All right, I can accept that.
Keep it going. We will remove these pink roses.
I can accept that.
And I'm going to stop right here at the heather. And we'll figure that out as we go.
The heather isn't that beautiful in the summer.
No, but it looks great when it is blooming. So, and that's usually in the winter time.
Maybe we'll find a better place for it.
We could. And the heather does tend to do well here. Now, I do have the panicle hydrangea and an arborescent hydrangea up there, and I'm testing them there to see how they do, because those could be a top tier plant.
Because I once had planted 8 blue hydrangea here, and I spent a lot of money on 8 blue hydrangea, and as you can tell,
not too much there. We also someone had given us a blue spruce that we planted up there, and that didn't take.
That didn't take, yes.
And we also aren't here to take care of stuff, so the grass gets in there. We have moisture issues. Now, we have been talking about trees, because I know you really...
I really want some trees. I only have so much time left. I really want some trees. So we're looking for fast-growing trees. Well, preferably...
Yeah, so we did get a tree today, so we haven't figured out where we're going to do it. We've been talking about putting some kind of tree behind or up by the shed there.
Yeah, I think we should put one there.
I think the big question is, do we want like a craggy looking tree like a hawthorn, or do you want a big shade tree like a maple or an oak or a honey locust? Or...
I might be around for the maple. I'm not sure if I'll be around for the oak.
So that is something that we do have to consider. So,
well, you're not that far behind me. I mean,
know,
you know what I mean?
I know.
For God's sakes.
I'm not planning to do anything in front of the wall right now, although there are some things we could put in there.
We need something that crawls on the wall. And
well, I mean, the climbing hydrangea does do its thing, so that's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, the climbing hydrangea you planted by the door looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm super happy with how that's doing, and it really took when I, like now that I've got it pinned up, it looks fantastic. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, it really looks nice.
And it's grown so much. It's really nice to see. This area, I'm not going to change anything. This is kind of a rotating area of whatever's doing well.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
But my rose bush, look at my rose bush.
I know. Hopefully that's going to bounce back next year. It's going to be in rough shape this year. That's just all there is to it.
It's going to be. It's.
And then we have the bugs eating it as well. So we're at a lot of disadvantages this year, but that's okay. Yeah. We're okay with that. Coming around here, I think I do want to try some more climbing hydrangeas and keep them low along where that black area is. I just feel like breaking this up, so it's not just gravel and concrete.
Why you mean keeping them low just on the black area, not letting them crawl up higher?
Let's get them up to that line and then we'll decide what we're going to do. Let's hope we can make that happen. And here's the tree that we had bought. And this one here is an autumn blaze maple. So it's one of those trees that just does get a nice orange-red color. At least in Michigan it does. I don't know how it does here.
It grows fast. That was my criteria.
Yeah, Liam looked it up and said it was one of the faster growing ones.
I said, well, then they grow fast, they die fast. But you know what? Another 50 years, if it dies, I'm not going to care.
Yeah,
Nor are you.
They don't really die that fast. Now, I do have plans for this area, but before we get into what I'm going to do there, I think we need to talk about the sunken garden. So let's just pop down here real quick.
This is another one of my things that bugs the you-know-what out of me.
Well, fortunately, it hasn't been as hard to clean out as it was before. So it's a pain right now, but I think we can start to manage this.
That stuff is coming up already.
I know. No matter what we do, it's always there. But we do need to decide how we're going to treat this surface. So do we put down, a true landscape fabric, or do we do the flags? We've been talking about doing flags.
Yeah, we're talking about doing flags. I think maybe flags is the only thing we can do because...
And stuff does grow up between flags, but I think we'd be able to manage.
Well, that we could manage probably, but...
Yeah. Down here, I mean, really my goal here is, okay, we're going to take out that fire pit. It was not the best spot for it. Now when I look at it, we'd be sitting in front of fire looking at laurels.
Well, I wouldn't care about that so much.
But we have all these plants to look at.
Yeah, I know, but it would damage the laurels too.
So, and
the heat.
And I've been thinking about this, and it was mentioned in the comments too, bringing that out to the middle so people can sit around the fire and, doing that kind of thing. That might be the answer.
Middle of this area here.
Yeah. Because remember, these stones won't be here. Yeah. The goal will be to try to find plants that will grow up around this.
See, the thing is, it's like having the fire. I want something that's smokeless. And they do have those solo stoves, I think, and they're supposedly smokeless. If anybody has any comments and lets me know if they have one of those, I'd love to hear your take on it because I really want to use this area. And again, like I said, originally I thought of putting like a stone fireplace down there, and where there was a chimney and everything, like an outdoor fireplace. Then I ended up at the fire pit. But again, I agree, it's not going to work.
Yeah. So, and we'll get these stones organized. We just don't know what we're doing quite down here. But I think the big thing is going to be deciding what kind of surface we're going to have down here. And then we'll gradually work on the plants that we're going to put down here.
And and any suggestions on surface? Now, see, the thing is we even thought of pouring concrete because it's not in a rectangle. It has, undulating rock walls here. So, if anybody has any other ideas, we take it.
It is an option to pour a concrete slab or some kind of thing down here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just so tricky.
But it's just a microclimate, and it's a beautiful space. And
yeah, tell them why you decided that you really wanted a sunken garden.
Well, because we're up in the mountains, first of all, and we're up on a height, and that's the other reason we want trees. There's no, the laurels are great for a windbreak, but we wanted to be able to enjoy some space outside and not being blown off the mountain, and also give us a little privacy.
It is nice to have this area. It's a surprise when people come over and they see it. They're just shocked that it's down here. If we can get it under control, I think it'll be a beautiful area.
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic space.
And it's been fun. Like, we did these steps ourselves. I mean, it's a DIY project that actually turned out for us. Now for this area.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saving this for last is in part because we have to decide what we're doing back here, because if we have to get a cement truck, or if we're having flags delivered, flagstones or anything like that, we've got to be able to drive on this or be able to deliver it to this spot.
Because our septic is right here, so we can't drive on that side. And I also want to build a rock wall at some point down there.
Well, I want to talk to you about that because I agree with you on that part of it.
Oh, an agreement.
Well, you suggested it before, and I was kind of against it.
I told you that's what we're doing.
Well, and I kept saying like, yeah, but if we ever need access, if you permanently put something, but I'm getting over that. And I do like the idea of a short wall, maybe, a foot or 2 feet tall.
Or maybe a little taller.
Maybe, we could possibly do that.
We can argue about that.
But my idea is that we create that wall, but we actually make it into a raised bed or a raised box.
I'd like it to be about that wide with where you could plant stuff in the middle of it.
Yeah, I will figure out the sizing as we kind of decide what kind of plants, because if we're going to do any kind of shrubs in there, and that's the other thing, the height of the wall, we have to think about what kind of plants we're putting in there.
But I'm not thinking so much shrubs as much as I'm thinking about, well, shrubs, maybe shrub roses, but more like, I don't know, like just more, something more like in spring, lots of daffodils and change into different things.
Yeah, now that kind of stuff is easy. I'm thinking about shrubs because they're a little easier to take care of. They're a little more vigorous also, so we don't have to worry about them being overtaken. Like once they're established, they usually win, usually.
Well, I'll see what kind of shrubs. I don't know what your shrubs are to my shrubs.
And this, I'm totally open to what we put in here. So
this is it. I like color. He picks out white hydrangeas. I want a pink hydrangea or a blue hydrangea. He's all about this white stuff.
Liam, we got
a white house. We need color.
We have tried the colored hydrangeas and
it doesn't have to be colored hydrangea, but it's got to be flowers that have colors, for God's sakes.
So color is on the list.
That's tops of the list.
Now the plan is once we do this wall, we want to create maybe a little pathway that's going to go through this area.
Right. I have a little gate that came from a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I would love to put the gate and then a pathway, possibly the wall turning a little bit there, because with the second part of the house, there's a separate kitchen. And
so if we have people staying in that part of the house, we want to be able to give them a separate access, maybe private access. Like if we had friends or family staying who maybe, we didn't want
to be around.
Yeah. We want to be able to have that
I can't imagine. My sister is a lovely person.
So having that path, and then my feeling is once we get that raised bed in there, we could plant behind that. Once this hedge is established, we could either put a wall behind it or we could just do plantings behind it as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I want to see how this grows before I make any decisions on that.
Well, this is it. I mean, that. This is the third hedge we put in.
I know.
If this doesn't take,
it's a wall.
Concrete blocks.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be rock wall.
And so this area I would like to start putting plants in, but I think we're going to just gradually overtake this lawn.
Yeah.
We could give up some of the parking area, but I don't think we want to do that. It's just easy for us, and it's handy, and that would be a long way down the road.
Yeah.
If we ever did start.
Yeah, there could be some changes, but yeah.
But right now, this is what we like.
This is working.
Yeah. Now, around the back here.
But again, there's only so much time.
Well, and I'll tell you what, like, if we were here full time, this project would be like a 2-year project, and I would make sure that it got done. It might be more like the 10-year project. You never know.
No, it can't be because we can't wait that long.
Well, we'll see. I think we might put maybe a climbing hydrangea here, maybe.
I think that's a good idea.
Or something. That way, in case the rose.
Show them the rose.
Hey, the rose is looking really good, Liam.
It really is looking good, yeah.
Yeah. So in case the rose doesn't make it, though, I think the climbing hydrangea will.
Can I just point something out real quick?
Yes.
I just want to point, when this was built, this stone, and these other two that you see have kind of white on them. Do you see that? And those came from the grandparents' cottage.
So he wanted to have some of his heritage on
it, yeah.
Now, back here, it's kind of a mess back here, but I did try to put some of that euonymus down along the chimney and along the house.
Oh, that's the stuff that didn't make it, right?
Yeah, but that's the survivors. Those are survivors. Right, so I'm hopeful. We had some pampas grass here, and they did okay, and they just kind of
we still have pampas grass, but it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, it's sluggish. And so
it wasn't the first year though. It was nice.
First year, second year, third year, and then every year it just kind of went a little less and less.
Less and less.
So I think you mentioned maybe doing a little laurel hedge here that we keep really low.
I think a laurel hedge would be the way to go.
And the reason why we do laurel is just because it's easy, it's quick. We would not put like a lot of plants in there. It would
no. And laurel is again another nice windbreak, and I think it looks nice. It stays green all winter and summer.
So we're gonna give that a try. Otherwise, I don't have big plans in the back. It's just about keeping stuff alive and keeping it going.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to even touch that part.
And then down here, I hope someday to clean this out.
You talked about possibly making this into like an orchard.
Small orchard or something.
And I think that would be a beautiful spot. We do have power lines ahead, but usually fruit trees are shorter.
No, they're smaller. Yeah.
So that could be a nice place to put in some fruit trees. So, so I think we have ideas.
Yeah.
And I do know what I'm going to try to get done now. I'm going to try to get the hill part done.
Okay.
And I don't know that I'll get other parts done. I will get the stuff that we bought planted. And we may have to make another trip to a garden center though.
I have a feeling.
Yeah. And hopefully everything will be doing well and we can go next level then again.
Yeah, next level. And we need to move these levels faster.
I'm under so much pressure. He keeps saying like,
look,
down there, what is the big thing you keep insisting on putting in the Sunken garden?
A swimming pool?
He wants like a big water fountain. Like
no.
Water feature.
Not in the Sunken garden. Just coming down from the hillside here. Just a simple little pump and a little trough of water going down.
Yeah.
And a couple of koi.
And then he saw the garden answer pond that they put in.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we could do that. I'm like, yeah.
Look at show him the picture of the thing that your parents did at that bakery in Michigan. That's what I want. Simple little waterfall.
Okay, well, you're going to have to work on being here more often to be able to keep that stuff going.
I'm working at that. I'm really working hard at that.
Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Just wanted to give you guys this little overview. We'll keep you posted on how far we get on stuff.
Yeah.
This trip, next trip.
As long as he keeps listening to me, we'll get this done. But if he keeps dragging his feet, bye.
Thanks for the push. Bye-bye, everybody.